Hey, sister.
Hey, sister. Hey, girl.
Hi, girl.
How was your week?
I was about to say, don't even try to act like you want to like fake get into it. I went to prison this weekend, and this is what Kelsey wants to get into. How was your week, sister? Well, let me share with y'all.
We the ching ching.
I have gone my whole entire life with evading the law, and less than a month before my 30th birthday, I decide that it's my time to go experience prison. I'm just kidding. I went to jail, y'all. So long story short, super long story short, I'm not going to talk about my case to these people.
Why? The Facebook page is talking about it.
They posted my mugshot. They posted my mugshot.
In her city, on her city Facebook page.
Little small town county Facebook. Insert mugshot here.
And she looks.
And I was taking it. I was taking it. And if you was on there talking about my mugshot,
you're jealous.
Well, that's a better way to say that. But you heard what I said. Anyways, long story short, y'all, apparently my license was suspended, which I feel like I got wrongfully arrested for that because, hello, how was I supposed to know that my license was suspended? 9 times out of 10, when people know their license is suspended, they be ducking and dodging. Mm-hmm. I was driving like a normal person, literally normal, clearly not normal enough because he was like, I pulled you over because you made a sharp right turn. I get pulled over and he's like, you know, your license is suspended, all this other stuff. I'm like, no problem. I live right here. Just take me home and I'll have somebody else. My mom will come get the car. He's like, oh no, you're going to jail. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah, you're going to jail.
You're not going to jail. You're going to prison.
So I'm like, okay, whatever. Y'all think it's a joke the whole entire time. Like I'm kikiing in the back seat. Like I'm like, call my mom. She'll come. Like cool. Like he's like, well, you know, I don't know if you're gonna be able to bond out tonight. Who ain't got bond money? I got bond money. Say less. He's like, yeah, because if you got the cash on you right now, then we could just take care of it here. Oh, we can take care of it here then.
Transfer.
Like I can transfer it. He's like, oh no, you can't use your phone. I'm like, he's like, you're in custody. I'm like, bro, I'm not really finna go to jail. You're not about to take me to jail. So really, I'm not in custody. We're just chilling. We're really hanging out. Everybody's hanging out here.
Just vibing.
Just vibing in the parking lot because I'm not going to jail. So I'm like, okay. So then my mom pulls up, of course, to come get her princess. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, whatever happens. He's like, oh no, we still got to take her. I'm like, for real, for real? He's like, yeah. So all this time, y'all, I don't think I'm really going to jail until like we pull up. And then if you've been to prison before, you probably know how this goes. But I don't know how this goes because I've never been in jail. So... we pull up to the back, and it's like this private little bunker in the back of the jail, and they're like processing you in. Y'all, they open up the gate, and the girl is looking at me like, the fuck are you doing here? My point exactly. What are we all doing here? Like, this is all clearly a game. Y'all, until they really get into it, and they start doing my handprint. I haven't gotten handprinted since I was like,
are you about to cry?
In elementary school. No, we're not gonna say I'm about to cry about everything. No, I didn't even cry the whole time. Y'all be so proud of me. I did not cry the whole time, and y'all probably thought I was. I didn't. And long story short, they do my fingerprint. Y'all don't commit a crime because you're gonna be in there. They do your hand. Did you know that? They do your palm, the top of your wrist, girl, the side. So long story short, they do it, but my mugshot, cunty, taking it. So that was the good part about it. So I'll update y'all after I go to court. Like that's what happened in my fucking weekend.
But mind you, she comes out of the jail fucking curls, gorgeous, big, full volume,
gorgeous,
face beat,
gorgeous.
I said, wow, you're the prettiest girl that's ever been to prison.
Do you know this man DM'd me and was like, did you go to jail this weekend? Or did you just get out of jail? I'm like, how the fuck do you know I just gotta get out of jail? Was you in there?
Are you walking out of the jail?
Was you in jail? Like what? Like who is that? Like, small town. That's what happens when you live in a small town. But either way it goes, I was just happy because I'm like in the moment, look at my mommy coming to get me and like saving me. But then I was like, oh, you're so fucking childish. When are you gonna grow up? Why are you getting arrested? Why are you getting arrested? Like, when are you gonna grow up? And so I constantly banter with myself, right? Like, I know that I'm an adult and like I know I'm grown, but like, this was childish.
Am I really an adult?
My bank account, every time I pay bills, tell me I'm grown. Every single time. Like, but then when I do shit like this, and I'm like, mommy, come save me, it's like childish.
But I wonder though because you always talk about how supportive mommy was, and like, I completely believe that you need to support your children, right? I think that you are.
Go ahead.
Let me just say, this is not an attack on you.
Attack.
I think that it's really important for parents to support their children. However, I do think that there's something to be said about letting your kids figure it out sometimes. And I think because you've never really had to fall flat on your face.
That's why I was laughing in the back of the cop car.
Yeah, I don't think you take anything too seriously because you're like, my mom's going to come fix it. Like, my mommy's going to do it for me. Like, my mommy, like, Janae went to...
Janae went to the DMV.
No. Janae
you just said this wasn't going to be an attack on me. She finna attack me. She finna tear me up.
No, I want to give an example.
But you got to give context because you about to get this example and they're going to be in the comments like, you dumb, dirty dog ass bitch.
Listen. So Janae, because her license it really was wrongfully suspended. I mean, technically we found out that it wasn't, but Janae
it was wrong. They didn't do their job. Let's talk about it.
Janae didn't pay a ticket, right?
I don't want to pay them.
And so on the very last day that Janae had to pay the ticket, she paid the ticket. That was why her license was suspended because they didn't get the payment
info over to DDS quick enough.
Right. They didn't get the information over. So by the time, the arrest warrant came out, they hadn't submitted the information or whatever the case, whatever, she gets arrested because her license at that point was suspended. And then I don't think they sent her any kind of like failure to appear or anything like that. So there was no kind of like check-in to kind of notify her, right? Exactly. So anyways, her license is suspended. So she has to go to the DMV, period. So she has to go to the DMV to figure out like what we can do about her license because her court date is not until December. We got a whole lot of stuff to do in between today and December where she's going to need to be around in her car.
To be in my car.
Okay. So anyways, so she goes up to the DMV. Mind you, everybody that's ever been to the DMV knows they got bullshit attitudes in there. I've never been to the DMV where they were super pleasant. And if you have, that's lucky for you.
No, the lady on the intro, the two ladies, shout out to y'all. If y'all see this, they were so nice. They deserve a raise. The rest of them in there?
No. The people that be behind the counter, they're always funky. Yeah, because they got to deal with, the mass, But the people that are always behind the counter, typically they're funky. So she got a funky ass, rude ass mother effer. Rightfully so. It's irritating. It's uncomfortable. However, she had no identification. She goes to a government building with no identification.
I've been to court before and they don't ask for no ID.
In her defense, she's like, I haven't been to the DMV in years. But I'm like, yeah, but like as an adult, that is just one thing that like if you're going to a government building, like you need 2 forms of ID. Like that's pretty standard. And so it's like little things like that where I feel like your mom may tell you, Janae, bring this, Janae, do this. She don't really ever have to think about things because her mom is always going to be there to tell her. And so while that is great for support, it kind of coddles your child in a way that doesn't prepare them for the real world because you're not always going to be there step by step with them to tell them to do X, Y, and Z. So this experience was going to teach her now when you go to a government building, you need 2 forms of ID. But, she's learning this lesson a little bit later in life than what would like have prepared her,
I want you all to know that I fully plan to die before my mother because I don't believe there needs to be a time that I'm on earth that she is not there to assist me with any and everything.
If that doesn't communicate entitled, spoiled brat, I don't know what would.
And if it doesn't pan out, I'm going to be honest. If my mom dies before me,
she's going to off herself.
let me tell y'all right now, I don't care what gets said on this podcast, there's no other reason that I would probably kill myself.
Other than my mommy dying.
But if y'all ever find out that my mom leaves before me, I got to go with her. Wherever she is.
Mommy,
she's probably going to heaven. I'll probably be going to hell. But when we meet up, I'll be like, okay, girl, I see you. I'm just saying, like, I need to be there. But I do feel like there are a lot of times in life where I feel a little unprepared. I feel like I definitely went through a phase, though, in life, probably in college. I was, like, smelling myself. And I didn't want her help. And my mom dead ass was on some, like, I remember I didn't have rent one time. I was like, I don't got my rent. She's like, oh, that's crazy. I don't either. The fuck you mean you don't have it? You're rich. You have it. The fuck? Like, we're not gonna act like you don't have it. You just don't want to give it to me, but you got it.
And you think it's her responsibility to give it to you because you're her child.
Yeah. I didn't fucking ask to be here. I don't care. Every episode I'm gonna tell you, I didn't ask to be here. 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 You could have went to the chop shop.
So go.
We tried that. I'm still here. We tried that. Still here. So then there's that.
No, we're cutting this shit out, but bitch, you failed the mission. Why you mad at somebody else? Because you couldn't complete the mission.
I could not complete the mission. We could keep it in. I don't give a damn.
Nope.
But what I'm saying
over there seething.
Sorry, manager.
What the fuck is wrong with these girls?
Marketable. That's the problem. We're not marketable. The point that I'm
Janae
making.
Iman and Kelsey Lee, do not let your kids listen to them because they're promoting suicide.
Yeah, we're not promoting suicide, but like when you come on the other side of things, it's funny. It becomes comedy. Your trauma becomes comedy. But I think
what else do you do with it if you don't turn it into fucking
what did I say?
comedic bits?
How boring would I be if I wasn't damaged? How boring. No one cares about like a picture perfect life. But there are a lot of times where I constantly remind myself like, damn girl, you need to tighten up a little bit. But there are other ways where I feel like I'm doing a great job. I'll look at some other people and I'm like, you don't know how to do that yet?
Like what?
I knew you was gonna say that, bitch, and I ain't got no examples. I don't have none.
David Jr.
When people, be for real, y'all. When people do that, I feel like my
pressure?
brain can't, yeah.
Like spotlight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Maybe we should take like 5 seconds and let you think and like not look at you.
I'm still not gonna know. I don't know. That's not the point that I'm making here.
So I think that same kind of thing where I was like, I feel like since I have not been in school, I'm not learning as much. And you were like, no, you're learning things about what you like. Mm-hmm. That's very much so the case for you. You're very, very smart in the things that you want to be smart about. But when it comes to being responsible, you don't really take that as a priority because you don't have to be responsible.
That's true. I was going to respond, but I feel like I'm going to get ate up on the internet.
What you going to say?
I don't have a desire.
I know you don't. Because you have the luxury of having the only reason why you don't have a desire is because you have a village, but more specifically a mother who is there to constantly pick up the pieces for you whenever, I sound like I'm eating you up, but I'm not trying to eat you up. Like your mommy is gonna fix it for you regardless. Your mommy
has said mom. When you say mommy, then it's really childish.
But it is. And that's what she calls her mom. So like, why are you mad at me for saying mommy? Her mommy, like when your mommy has never made you fix anything for yourself.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have the desire. Who wants to fucking, Janae, like in real life, who wants to have to like work hard to like do for themselves? I think everybody would choose. If you could have a mommy that did everything for you, I don't think people would choose to grow up. I think people would choose the easy way. As humans, we want convenience. That's why the robots are about to take over our fucking world, because convenience. If we could choose to have a mother that was always there to support us, and like nobody wants to fall flat on their face. So like I'm not mad at you for like relishing in the fact that you have a mom like that. I get it. I would also love to have a mom that, we're not going to get too far into it. I'm not going to do my mom too bad. You know what I'm saying?
Like, calm down.
But I think anybody would choose to have somebody do everything for them opposed to like having to, so like it makes sense why you are the way that you are, but I'm just saying that's why, because your mom.
Agree.
Mommy,
we're having a lot of revelations today. That also stems into why I'm selfish. That's not a revelation that I needed anyone to point out. But apparently, more often than not, I choose to be a selfish person. And that also comes from the fact that my mother allowed me to only think about myself. I have a selfish sibling as well, so
it's
maybe
so
that's
crazy.
that.
I always say Janae gives only child, and she's not. She's not. She's not. But you give only child.
I don't think that's my fault either, though. I think
Nothing's
out of all the
fault.
children, no, I think there are some things that are my fault. Like what?
Like what? Like what?
Me actively choosing to not care. That's a fault of mine. So, what I'm saying is because of the fact that I feel like my parents made my issues bigger than the other siblings. Like, so I think that feeds into me being selfish. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, for instance, back to me going to prison.
The real kind.
Thank you.
Don't
Y'all,
let them
the toilets didn't work. I couldn't even.
Don't let them people invalidate your experience, baby. You went to prison. The fuck?
There was no tissue. And I could not wash my hands.
There were grease stains on the fucking wall behind her head. You want her
I couldn't even put my hand back and take a fucking nap.
You want my bestie to put her clean head?
And there was a fat girl.
Janae.
Oh, shit. Janae. Fuck. Never
Fucking
mind.
beluga whale.
Cut that out. We're not going to keep getting into prison.
There were drug addicts, like super unhygienic, like putting their hands in their private parts. Hands and
on her
touching stuff that I might possibly have to touch.
And then they wanted me to use that phone. I said,
no.
That's not the point. Because, going back to me being in prison. When I told him what happened, James is my brother. When I told him what happened, he said, wait, they did what? I said, oh yeah, because mommy was like, oh yeah, I'm going to come get her now because she's not staying in there overnight. And he was like, wait, they said what? I'm like, that's what she said. He was like, so when they came to get you? I said 3 a.m. They came and got me together as a unit.
As a unit.
And he was so hurt. Like, the first time I went to jail,
the first time. Like,
the first
therein lies the problem.
The first time I went to jail, they told me to figure it out.